What pro camera would you recommend? Which has all the good quality sound? Hi! So per the title, I'm just going to get into this. My previous video, I talked a little bit about YouTube content creation pricing, so that's what I'm going to continue. I asked you guys to send in any questions you had about YouTube, filming, anything, so I'm going to answer them whilst we create a simple everyday look with some new products and old products. And also I'm heading out, so I'm just going to do something really simple and head out. Yeah, I've already done my skin prep and now I need to put on my primer. But before I do that, let me use a lip balm. I'm using the Vaseline one. This one is in Cocoa Butter Vaseline Lip Therapy. Yes, now that my lips are moisturized, I'm going to go ahead and use my Too Faced primer. I don't want to use a lot, so I'm just going to use that. I'm using Evita Joseph's face paint brush. It's really nice. Now that I have that on, I'm going to fill in my brows. So I'm going to use this eyebrow pencil by So Aesthetics. The So Aesthetics eye and brow liner in dark brown. Yeah. So it's really difficult talking on camera and then talking and doing your eyebrows. It's really difficult. Let me get closer. And I'm going to take CVL Beauty Duo Brow Sculpt. It has a brush end and then it has the spoolie to brush it through. So I'm going to clean up my brows off camera and we can get into the Q&A. So my eyebrows are now done. So the first question, I'm reading from my phone. But before we do that, let's do foundation and talk about the questions. Okay, so I'm going to start off with this foundation, the So Aesthetics foundation. This foundation is in the shade 6 and I've used it before on this channel. It's lighter than oh it will be good, I'm not sure. From what I remember, it was light. I'm going to use my finger to just put on here. Yeah, it's lighter than my skin tone, so I'm going to mix it with my NARS foundation, the shade Namibia, which is darker. You know, that's much better. So I'm going to blend into my skin. Yeah, like this. So guys, yes, as we do our foundation, let's talk, let's discuss now. The first question is, what pro camera would you recommend? Which has all the good quality sound, HD lenses? So a pro camera I would recommend is the Canon 60D or the Canon 70D or the M50, which I'm using right now. So I used to have the 60D, which you guys know I've used that before, so that's what I can recommend for you. It's really good, it's sharp, it's everything. I didn't need to change it, but then I wanted a camera that I can use with my lens, which is the 50mm lens that would autofocus, and the 60D doesn't do that. So you can go in for the 70D, which has autofocus in the camera. So when you use your 50mm lens, it can also it can use the autofocus, because the 50mm lens is also Canon and it autofocuses. Like when I do this, it focuses on the brush, you see. So I wanted a camera that could do that, because my old camera couldn't. Even though I had the 50mm lens, I couldn't use it. It just wasn't working because the camera wasn't an autofocus camera. So you can go in for that, or go in for the 70D, which is an autofocus camera, which has autofocus in it. So it will be easier for you to use. And then the lens, I would recommend 50mm lens. It's really good. You can come really close and its focuses is really nice. It blurs the background nicely. It's good. And the other reason why I wanted to change the 60D was because that's a DSLR. Yes. It was heavy, and then it's really difficult being a blogger here in Ghana. Whenever you pick out the camera and people see it, is an issue. If you're at a restaurant, they will come and ask you not to use the camera. You should use your phone instead, which is total bullshit. Like, it doesn't make sense, because if I should take a picture of your food, say a restaurant, a picture of the food with my camera, and then I should take it with my phone, obviously the camera will be better, it will look good. If I post, if I mention you, it looks better for you. Ghanaians, I don't know what's going on, but they think for some reason when you pull out camera, it's not allowed. You should rather use your phone. It doesn't make sense, but okay, we live in this world. So yeah, that was a big camera. It's difficult to carry it around, it's heavy, so I wanted something that is not as heavy, smaller, but then the quality is good, and I settled on this camera. You can speak to photographers. If you have friends that are photographers, you can speak to them and let them advise you on which one to get, but I think this one is really good. It has wireless, it has a touch screen, it has a flip camera as well, which I love, and the 60D and 70D also has a flip screen. And that's the one most important thing I look out for, a flip screen, so I can flip it and see myself, so I can see myself as I'm talking to you. So yeah, this has a wireless. I can connect it to my phone and watch myself and screenshot and make changes on my phone. This camera is really good. It's advanced. It also has a wireless, it's called something yeah, in there. The technical details, I can't do that, but you can check my review on the M50 so you know exactly what it's about and what it has, what it does, all of that. But this is the M50 with a 50mm lens, all Canon. I've not used any other brand, so I'm a Canon girl. Okay, so yeah, so that's question one. I would recommend M50 with a 50mm lens, or a 70D with a 50mm lens. And you can have it with a kit lens. When you buy it with a kit lens, so you have a wider what do you call it, range, because this brings the person closer, it zooms in. So if you have a kit lens, you can use it on every day, and then if you have this, you can use it for a more detailed shots, photos or videos. So the next one is, how do you edit for YouTube? Would you recommend a free app or a paid app? So how do I edit for YouTube? It will be really difficult to explain that. I'm just going to give you some few pointers, but then it will be difficult for me to explain on camera. So I use a MacBook. Sorry, that was a chicken. I'm just going to explain so you try and get it. So I use a MacBook, and so I'm going over the foundation with So Aesthetics sponge. Is new, is really soft. You should definitely check it out. It's really soft. I really like it. It's really nice. So yeah, I use a MacBook, and MacBooks or Apple devices comes with iMovie, which is really easy to use. I've even done a video on my Insta Live before showing you how to edit on your phone and on your laptop. I did both on my Insta story. But so Mac gives you iMovie, which is a software for editing videos. I'm sure you know this. Well, yeah, so it gives you iMovie, which is free, very easy to use. There are templates, you can use that. But if you want a more advanced software, if you know what you're doing and you want a more advanced software for Mac, I would recommend Final Cut Pro. But if you use a Windows, you should check out, I think, Adobe Premiere. People talk about it a lot, but I don't use the Windows, so I can't give you details about that. I can only talk about what I use and what I've used. But you can always search whatever you're looking for on YouTube and you will find it. It's like Google. Like, just type in how to edit on Windows with Adobe Premiere. It will give you like a list of like 2019. Every time when you search for something, add the latest to it, like 2019, so it gives you the latest how to do that, and you can find out all the details. Back to MacBook. So it gives you, if you want a more advanced software, I would say going for Final Cut. It's easy to use as well. I find it easy to use, and it has more transitions, a lot more things, color correcting, all of that. You can color correct on iMovie as well, but it's more advanced. Basically everything on there is more advanced in there. And then I don't know what's going on. I don't know if my thing is old or what is going on, but I find that whenever I want to resize using iMovie on my laptop, I find it so difficult. So, but in Final Cut, immediately you open, say, a project to edit, it gives you space, like the settings, it pops up, so you know how to put in whatever like set size you want, so you can resize it to either a square for Instagram, which is a square, and then IGTV size. I can give you the sizes. So for Instagram, I use 1080 by 1080 for Instagram square, like the Instagram, like how it will look on your feed. Like you see how when you take your phone, you open Instagram, how it looks, the box. For it to fill that is 1080 by 1080, so 1080 times 1080. But IGTV, I'll check the size of IGTV and put it here. Okay, so let me just do that, so you can use that to do the size. So that's the size for IGTV. And then what again am I talking about it? Yeah, so how I edit. Yeah, so I do that if I know I'm going to post on IGTV. That's how I put in the settings. So when I put in my clip, I can shift the clip and make sure it's centered, it looks right, nothing is moving. And especially, you know, when you'll be doing a video for IGTV, when you are recording, you should make sure that you're recording in a frame. Like, you don't do this, you don't show the product in this corner. How would it, because when it cuts, it will cut like this. So if you're doing this, it's showing on the side. When you film, when you are editing, it will cut here and your hands won't show, unless you cut your hand and come and put it here, which is very long. So when you're filming, just make sure you're making sure everything is centered. If you need to show a product like this R&R baobab oil, you pick it up and you show it in the middle like this, so it's centered. So when you cut it, it's still in the middle and it's centered. So you want to do everything in the video before you head to editing, so it's easier for you. So I would recommend a free app. Free is always good. Free app, so long as it's doing what you need it to do, is great. If you want to pay and you have the money for it, then go ahead. Like, paid is also good. Go ahead and pay. If you get a free app, that would be great. But the thing is that Final Cut is paid, is a paid app. So yeah, I would recommend free. Use iMovie, or if you can get the Final Cut for free, get it for free. Okay, from a friend, like a photographer. Like, they have their ways, so find out. It's Ghana, okay, find out. But if you have money, please pay for the Final Cut app. The next one is, how do you decide on what content to create as a YouTuber, and how to keep those content coming without taking a break on times when there's nothing to post? So one, how do you decide on the content to create? I would say start off by asking yourself, what do I like? Okay, ask yourself that question. What do I like to do? What do I love? What am I passionate about? Like, if you're starting afresh, ask yourself those questions. Like, what would you want to show people? What do you know that you want to show people? What do you want to share with the world? What exactly do you like to do? Because you don't want to do anything that you don't like and then be forcing yourself to create content, and once you don't like something, after a while you get tired and you can't produce. So do something that you love. Say for example, if you're into cooking, so I'm going to use this and use that and answer the question that follows as to how you keep the content coming. So if you love to cook, like you generally just love to cook, you're always cooking, film about cooking. You have so many recipes, people would love to know. Like, people watch cooking videos a lot, people would love to know. And then make sure it's nice, it's clean. You start a YouTube channel, it's about cooking, food stuff, lifestyle stuff like that. One day you pick up your camera and you want to film meat jollof rice recipe, okay? So maybe that's the title of your first content. So you are creating, when you create the video, obviously when you cook, you prepare the meat before you do the jollof, and then you add them and all of that. So in the video, make it a broader thing, which is you're not showing the steps to do the meat, but then once you are ready, you do your stew, then you get the meat, you've already prepped the meat, then you add it and all of that, and you do the whole making the meat jollof thing. And then you can do another video showing us how you prep your meat, which can be like another content on its own, like how you steam it, the things you use, the ingredients, the spices that you use to steam your meat before you add it into. So that becomes 2 videos in one. And you can even stretch it depending on the things you add in the food, the things you do, maybe the salad, then you can do another video of how to make potato salad. If it's a whole meal, say a meat jollof with potato salad on the side, that's the whole video. You can show the process of making the jollof, and then for another content, for another video, you show us how you prep your meat for the jollof. In another video, you show us how you prep or how you do the potato salad. So that becomes 3 videos. Meanwhile, you've done a broad video for just one, but then once you edit for 3, and then you post the full one as one. The next time you have another content to post, which is the meat. The next time you have the salad to post. you get the vibe. Okay, so that's it. That's how you create content, so you don't have to keep forcing yourself to create a lot of content. And also, if you do a lot more than just videos, if you have nothing to post, don't force yourself to post things that you don't like. It will come off, it will show that you are just doing this. So instead of doing that, what I do is that sometimes when I don't want to post like YouTube videos, I would rather stick with lifestyle photos on Instagram and then create content on my stories, so I'm still active and still consistent in some way, some form, somehow. Okay, some shape or form, somehow. Yeah, so that's what I would say. So now I'm going to do my concealer. I've gone back to my good old MAC Pro Long concealer. This one is in the shade NW45. And taking my brush, I'm just going to put that under my eyes. It's been a while since I used this. I don't even know how, whether it dries fast. I've forgotten. It's been so long. Welcome back home, baby. So now what I'm going to do is use my Anastasia palette, the darkest shade, this one, but then it's quite dry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the R&R baobab oil. I'm going to just put a drop here, and then take my brush. It just melts. See, it just melts the product. Okay. So the next one says necessary tools and equipment for beginners. So if you are a beginner with a budget, or a beginner who has money and can purchase everything. So let me just talk about the two. If you're a beginner with a budget and you can't afford all of that, I would say film in the day. Use natural light. Natural lighting is really good. I only have one light. I have a ring light, and that's it. That's right in front of me, and I'm filming in the day. So before that, I was using natural light. So film in the day. As a beginner, if you don't have money for the ring light, leave it. Make sure you film in the day. Make sure that the space is open and is bright enough for you to film. You can adjust your settings on your camera so we see exactly what you're doing. Once you have your light set as a beginner, natural lights, thank God, and you can now think of a camera. And I've already spoken about the cameras to get. You can buy that as a beginner. If you don't have money, like I said in my previous video, use your phone. So you can get a stand. Is very important. As a beginner, make sure you invest in a stand. So once you get the stand, you can get like the thing they use to hold phones and put that on top of your stand, so it's stable and not that you have to put it on books or shelves. Try and put things on a table so you can secure a phone and it won't fall. I used to do that when I was starting because I didn't have money for that. Okay, I made it work. But then it's 2020. Invest in a stand. Invest in a stand, and you can put your phone on the stand so it's stable, it doesn't shake, it doesn't move, and you're good. So get a stand, get a camera, your phone or a camera, use natural light, or if you can afford, buy a ring light. And then if you can afford, buy a reflector. It's very important. Get the 5-in-1, more use than just getting one. The 5-in-1 comes with a silver side, a gold. Let me take it and show you. So this video is going to be really long. So it comes like this. Is like, this one is big, but they are small sizes. So the 5-in-1, there's a silver side, there's a black side to darken whatever it is. There's a gold, it comes like this. So there's a zip, so, and then there's this side, the diffusion side, and there's a gold side. So once I put this, you see my face is gold. Once I put the silver, you see, but then once I put the gold, it gives me that golden feel. Look, can you see that? It's giving me that golden thing. But then the silver just takes away the shadows. It doesn't add the whole golden vibe to it. It reflects basically. And there's a neutral one. That's what I've used. I've put it right in front of my ring light, so it reduces the harshness of the light on my skin. That way it makes the skin look nice, and it's not, the light isn't too harsh on it to show every single detail on your skin. So it makes it look smooth and nice. So invest in that. So we've talked about a stand, a camera, a ring light, and a reflector. Those are the things you need if you have money, and obviously your laptop to edit. But then if you don't have money, use your phone, get a stand, use natural light. You can use your phone to edit. You can get iMovie on your phone, on an iPhone. And also one important thing, a microphone. You can get the Rode mic. That's what I use. That's what I'm using right now. I've put it right on top of my camera, and I've plugged it and turned it on, so when I speak it goes directly into the mic. Okay, how to network yourself as an upcoming YouTuber or influencer. Like I said, if you are upcoming, you are not an influencer. Please, let's stop using that word. Like I said in my last video, if you're upcoming, you are not an influencer, you are upcoming. So just do it and then hope for the best that you will be an influence to somebody. But how to network yourself, I would say reach out to people in the industry. Tell them about yourself. Let them know if they don't know you and you have content, show them your work, direct them to your work, and let them know that you love to collaborate or something. That is one way of networking. Reach out to other people and ask to collaborate with them. If they want to collaborate with you, they will agree and then collaborate with you, and then you build a relationship from there. So since they are in the industry, maybe PR companies know them or something like that. So once you get to know them, you can ask them that, okay, if there's an event, can you invite me so I can meet other people and stuff like that? And they will. Like, you just have to ask, because nobody's there thinking that, oh, let me look for this person, and not, no, like your mind is occupied with life and other things. So reach out to people and speak to them. Like, don't be afraid, just speak to people, okay? And it starts from there, and then you build yourself. When you are starting, don't focus on other things like events and stuff. Like just keep working hard, just keep posting your work, just keep posting on Instagram or YouTube. Just be consistent, keep doing it. People will notice you, and immediately you will just automatically be networking. There's this girl, she's doing so well, she doesn't even have a YouTube, and I want her to come on YouTube. Tina, I love her videos. Her videos are so nice. Like, Instagram videos are so nice. Like, she puts in so much effort, and you can tell that. And I like people like that. You can see that she puts in effort. So when things come up, automatically she comes in mind. I'm like, oh, I've seen a lot of her work on Instagram, so you can check Tina out, you see. So stuff like that, that's how you network. So just put yourself out there, just keep working and hoping for the best, and reach out to people. Just do the work, and don't like start reaching out to people when you haven't done anything. Like, do you understand? Because you have to let your work speak for itself. Yes. And then what else? How do you handle ups and downs of content creation? You go through it. You go through it, seriously. No, I'm putting something wrong there. So seriously, you go through it. Like, how do you handle ups and downs? If you need to cry, you cry. If you need to take a break, you take a break. You can't come and kill yourself. You can't like do everything. Do the best you can do, and you leave the rest to God. Let me now set my under eye concealer and my lid concealer, because I think it's dried up. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to use my sponge and taking my mineralized skin finish in dark deep. I'm just going to use the bottom to just set the rest of my face. And now I'm taking my Avita X Annette B brush. It's a really big fluffy brush, and taking the powder. That's how I handle it. Like, if it's nothing serious in my life, if it's like just the fact that I can't really create, I'm blocked, my mind needs to rest, because as content creators we tend not to rest. Sleep is a problem. We need to sleep, rest, take our mind off things, and then rejuvenate and come back and kill it. So that's what I do. How do you organize your space for content creation, as in how to create a good background for that? So it depends on you. The thing is, okay, let me just explain. So for me, I don't know, anything you can put behind you that would look nice. One thing that looks really nice is when there's a candle on and it's reflecting in the background. It's quite nice. I have that on this side. I'm going to move so you see it. So this is my background right now. There are a lot of things going on there. I have a So Aesthetics box, R&R on there. I have the Kilian perfume there, and I have my awards at the top, and I have some a candle. I have an R&R candle here, and what you call it, and some frames. Yeah. So once I use my 50mm lens like this, and I come forward, it gives a blurry look, so you don't really see what's going on, because that's a mess right there. Like, I'm sorry about it. I just had to show you, but there's a lot going on there, and on a regular I don't like it to be a lot, but because there's white you can't really see, so it's good, you see. So with the shelves, if you're wondering, let me move. So with that shelf on the wall, I got it from Orca Decor. Orca Decor has a lot of things, so I got it from Orca Decor. You can find really nice stuff from Orca Decor. So the other thing is, what, maybe I'll probably do my background setup or something sometime. It says, can you share types of equipment and video editing app software? I've already talked about that. How to organize oneself before starting a channel. There isn't really any organization. You just have to, like I said, ask yourself some questions like, what do I want this channel to be about? What do I want to share? What do I want to talk about? What do I love to do? I've already spoken about this, so that's what you have to do, and then just start. So I'm going to use these lashes by Rose. Is the New York lashes. I really like these lashes. They are very natural. I'm going to use his glue, Maybelline Espuma mascara, so I'm going to fix the other one off camera and I will be back. I really like this lashes. Like, it's so natural, it's not like over the top, and this eye looks darker because I lined it with this liner. It's the elf liner. So I'm going to line this eye as well, my waterline. I'm going to line my lips with a brown pencil. Guys, I'm going to use this So Aesthetics liquid lipstick in Dusty Rose. It's a liquid lipstick, so it's the first time I'm using it. It's quite pink. I'm not really a pink person, so I'm just going to use my finger to I want it to be a little bit more brown, so I'm going to dip into my Anastasia palette. The contour shade I used on my face, I'm going to use that on my lip as well. Yeah, more brown. Yeah, and then I'm going to use my Evita Joseph lip gloss. It's like literally done. Let's do the whole shebang, showing the look. So after the shebang so guys, this ends the video. I hope you learned something new. So keep the questions coming. I'll keep doing this. I don't know what I'll do for the next video, but I will definitely show you my setup soon. If you want to see how I set up, I will show it to you very soon. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope I answered your questions and you enjoyed watching this Q&A. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't joined the JES ISCAH family. Please join us, okay? Join the family, and then I will see you in my next video. Catch you on the flip side. Bye.